Yo, what is good, YouTube? Krishan checking back in with another video. Gabriel Zancanelli has won the 2022 Tampa Pro, and he is headed back to the Mr. Olympia. After taking that third place placing at the Expo Pro Super Show, a couple of people speculated that he didn't win that show because Zancanelli's coach is actually the person that pointed out that Horse MD was overweight. All speculation, of course, but this was the top two-man call-out between Zancanelli and George Herrera. Zanca is very, very complete. A lot of people call him the Brazilian Chris Bumstead. This guy needs to put on a little bit more size, and he doesn't have the best ab structure, but other than that, incredible, also a fan favorite, very hard worker. And as you guys can see, this wasn't the best lighting here, but Zancanelli definitely looks more conditioned and overall just more classic. Now, this wasn't a stacked show by any means, but I mean, you aren't responsible for who shows up. Zancanelli showed up and he won. And as you guys can see here, definitely doesn't have the best ab structure, but outside of that, this guy has an incredible physique, and I'm excited to see the future of him. You know, all of the Brazilian athletes are incredible, and this was him a little closer up at one day out from the show. Actually, this was the day of the show, so you guys can see he definitely comes in very, very conditioned, great shape, and in the back double bicep, top to bottom, pretty good, man. Back is pretty dense, not missing anything, hamstrings, calves, delts, arms. Everything looks good on this guy except the ab structure, but he is able to pull an incredible vacuum. However, let me know in the comment section below what do you guys think about Gabriel's physique and his future in the classic physique division. Now, the next update of the day, these are the latest updates from Samson Dauda, who looks huge, man. And Samson just looks unreal. Leave in the comment section below, how high do you think Samson Dauda can place it this year's Mr. Olympia? If we go off last year's Mr. Olympia and how everyone looked there, Samson Dauda could definitely do battle with Hunter Labrada, man. But Hunter, Nick, all of these guys are going to come in and improve this year. Samson has been constantly improving. And think about this, guys. Samson probably did like 5 or 6 shows all back-to-back, and he constantly made improvements. So Samson has had a small offseason, but he hasn't really had a true offseason. He's been making all of this progress while constantly competing. And everyone says, you know, you can't do all these shows, you can't grow while competing. But I mean, it has to be largely genetic. Samson is definitely a genetic freak and one of the most shapely guys we have. But this physique update is just unreal. The back has definitely come up. Still needs to come up a bit more. But once Samson brings up the back, he's already incredible from the front, from the side. Good abs, great bubbly 3D, most muscular. Once he gets that back, guys, it's just going to be lights out. But let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about Samson's physique, his potential? Going into this year's Mr. Olympia, Samson is, I don't know, guys. He can really, really mix some things up. You know, people talking about Andrew Jack, people talking about Michael Krizo. Samson Dauda is going to shake some things up at this year's Mr. Olympia. Now, these are the latest updates from Quinton Eriya ahead of the Tampa Pro in 2 weeks. The update on the left just looks crazy, man. Quinton's arms and delts are insane. I would still like to see him a bit more conditioned in the upper body. Now, as we all know, these haven't been the strongest shows over the past couple weeks, but the season is about to heat up. Tampa, Texas, Arnold, UK, these are going to be some very competitive shows. Now, the next update of the day, this is the latest from Vlad Suhoruchko, and this guy looks pretty good. He looks huge. Now, he came in the Portugal Pro. A lot of people had him winning, me included, but he actually placed 5th. Some people were speculating that he's using synthol in his delts and his back. I'm not too sure about synthols. You guys know how those accusations go over here. So let me know in the comment section below if you guys have any opinions on that at all. And next, I'm actually going to do a preview for the Tampa Pro 212 because this is a very, very stacked lineup. So Pearson will be doing this show. I'm not 100% sure if he wins, if he's going to do Texas after. But Keone has to be one of the favorites going into this show. But on paper, he isn't the highest Olympia placer. So on paper, Keone actually shouldn't win this show. But the way he's looking right now with Keone's potential, any 212 show he goes into, you know, he's genetically gifted and he has the potential to win. But I'm actually going to mention to you guys on paper who should win. So Kerrith Bajjo actually won this show last year, coming back to defend his title. He placed 8th at last year's Mr. Olympia. Keone Pearson placed 14th. So on paper, he definitely has to be the favorite to win this show, you know, having won it last year. And this guy looks improved. 212 bodybuilders are so dense and so conditioned. I don't know why all of these guys aren't talked about more often, but I'm excited to see this guy on the stage as well. Now, who should win this show? Nathan Epler. Nathan placed 5th at his Olympia debut in the 212 division. On paper, it should be Nathan, Kerrith, and then Keone Pearson. But who knows? But those guys will probably be your top 3. Now, Nathan is 5'8". He's a bit taller for the 212 division. He actually plans to switch over to open very soon. But this guy has a problem putting the food down, very hard for him to grow. But outside of him being a little taller, incredible physique, this guy comes in crazy condition. And as I told you guys, he came into his first Olympia and placed 5th. That's similar to Nick Walker, even though it's 212 on a smaller scale. And another guy that is doing the Tampa Pro 212, Derek Oslin. Now, Derek did the New York Pro. I believe he placed about 2nd or 3rd, not 100% sure. Just came to this Chicago Pro and placed 4th. Was actually arguable. He probably should have placed as high as 2nd. This guy has an incredible physique. He just has horrible arm genetics, guys. No offense, but probably the worst arm genetics I've ever seen. And we also have Ricky Moten, 212. Very, very stacked show, guys. This guy looks 3D bubbly. Definitely probably going to need to put on a little bit more size to be, you know, comparable with a guy like Keone Pearson from the side. But actually, genetics look somewhat similar to Keone Pearson, especially in this side chest. Crazy arms, bubbly as well. I'm excited to see this guy. Now, this is another guy competing in the 212, guys. I just found out about this guy. His name is Cody Drobot. And I know you guys are looking at this like, yeah, he probably only looks good in the most muscular pose, right? This guy looks incredible, man. Definitely probably going to need a little bit more muscle maturity in the upper body to be competitive with these guys, but this is going to be a very, very stacked 212 lineup. I'm not 100% sure of the whole open lineup, but to me, this may be more interesting. You know, I know we have Quinton Eriya, we have Akeem Williams, but it's like 5 or 6 guys that are all potential threats. And ending this video here with Ahmad Elsadany. Now, he will not be competing in the Tampa Pro, but whoever wins this 212 in Tampa, all of the guys that decide to hop into Texas, they will have to go up against him. One of my favorites, as you guys know. I'm not even sure how this guy fits into the 212 cap. His upper body is just absolutely insane, unbelievable, crazy quads, crazy chest, and I always mention how guys with good arms usually don't have the best chest. But as always, I hope you guys did indeed enjoy this video. If you haven't done so already, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm Krishan from Go Fitness. That's it. I'm out.